So, how to become a glitch in the simulation, how to become a glitch in the matrix. Well, first you have to understand how the matrix, how this simulation works. You have to understand how it operates. You have to understand how the universe works. You have to understand how everything works. And that's what's going to allow you to manipulate the simulation, the matrix, to your will, right? Now, I have something that I'm going to read off here. I know you guys have short attention spans, but I guarantee you that if you spend the entire time watching this video, it is absolutely naturally going to completely change the way you view the world, the way you view everything. And it's going to change your life. I guarantee it. This information is gold. All right, let me begin. So everything is finished. That means everything in creation is finished. That means everything is automated. We live in an automated simulation. Creation is finished. That is the core of everything. Everything that exists already exists. There is nothing new that can exist because everything that exists already exists. Creation is finished, right? Creation is completely finished. There is nothing new. Something that is finished is already finished. So essentially what that means is everything is automated. So to put it simply, everything in physical reality is automated. And essentially what does that mean? That means we live in an automated illusion. In physical reality, the illusion that we live in is an automated illusion. And the illusion you experience depends on the frequency you're on. So let's think of physical reality. Let's think of physical reality this way. By the way, the grammar is not bad because I just speak to my phone. The grammar is not going to be as good. All right, back to what I was saying. There is an infinite amount of frequencies, and the frequency that you are on determines the reality that you experience in physical reality. But then the thing is, it's like the movie's already created, right? The frequency that you're on is like a movie that's already created because the frequency already exists. You are just consciousness passing through that movie that is already created. So think of it this way. There is an infinite amount of frequencies, and each frequency is a movie that's already created. And it's just that your consciousness is passing through that experience. So think of it this way. Each frequency is just, it's like you're in a movie theater and you are watching that movie. You're watching the movie that's already created, right? So essentially, if you don't like the movie you're watching, all you have to do is change your frequency. If you don't like the movie you're watching, all you need to do is change the frequency. It's that simple. You change your frequency, you change the movie. And this is extremely important. You have to know that everything is automated. It's very interesting because everyone is on their own frequency, and the frequency that you're vibrating on, determines the thoughts you have, it determines the way you feel, and it determines what you experience in physical reality. Even all of the thoughts that you have are automated. The thoughts that you think in your mind are a reflection of the frequency that you are on. For example, someone who believes they can make money. They are on a different frequency than someone who never believes that they can make money. So someone who believes that they can make money, because they believe they can make money, that means they are on a different frequency. They are on a frequency where they are going to download thoughts and ideas that allow that belief to come true. So they are downloading thoughts and ideas that essentially can help them make money, where they can see ways on how to make money because they believe they can make money. They can see things that they could see things that a lot of people cannot see, right? So they can see things that people who don't believe they can make money can't see. The person who never believes they can make money is never going to see the things that would allow them to make money. It's very interesting. Like, so let's say someone has a belief that they can't make money, right? They're only going to see things that confirm that belief. They're only going to see things that don't allow them to make money. All of the thoughts you have, the feelings you have, everything is completely automated. You have to understand this on a very, very specific level. You have to understand that everything in creation is automated. Everything is automated. The reason everything in creation is automated is because creation is already finished. You are just consciousness passing through an experience. It's basically like you're watching a movie that's already created. So the perfect example of this, right? So now we understand this. Creation's already finished. Because creation's already finished, that means creation is already finished. That's it. There is nothing new. There's a verse in the Bible that says there's nothing new under the sun. Because creation is already finished, that means you can't experience anything that's already been created. I'm going to say that again. Because creation is already finished, you can't experience anything that hasn't been created. Creation is already finished. And everything that you can experience, all of the thoughts you think, the way that you feel, you are just experiencing something that has always existed. And the reason you are experiencing it is because you're on that vibrational frequency. And there's an infinite number of frequencies. And frequencies are basically like the movies or different channels, different radio stations that you can tap into. That's the best way to explain it. The movies already existed, and you are just watching the movie. So if you don't like the movie, if you don't like the movie you're watching, then you need to change the movie. You need to change the channel to watch a different movie. So now this is pretty much the core of everything. The core of everything is once you understand this and you understand that everything is automated, literally everything is automated, there is nothing for you to do. There's nothing for you to do. You are basically just watching a movie. That's what's happening. So this is where manifestation comes in. That's where reprogramming your subconscious mind and manifestation comes in, right? So you can change your reality. So let's say you're living a life that, you wouldn't want to live. Let's say someone's life sucks. Let's say someone's poor, they're unhealthy, and their life isn't the exact way that they want their life to be. Well, the first thing that you have to understand is that what's happening when they experience that life? Well, it's a reflection of the frequency they're on. So the life that they are living is a reflection of the frequency they are on. So the reason they're experiencing that in their physical reality is you have to understand that physical reality is a reflection of the frequency you're on. So the reason that they're experiencing that in their life is it's because of their frequency. They are experiencing a reality that's always existed. So basically, another way to put it is they are just watching a movie. That's all we are doing. That's all that's going on. You're just watching a movie that's already created. And a lot of people don't like the movie they are watching. A lot of people don't like the reality that they're in, but they don't know they can change it. And that's where a lot of people, so this is where a lot of people start learning about manifestation and these types of things, right? Manifestation, reprogramming your subconscious mind. Basically, so what is this? What is it when you reprogram your subconscious mind? What happens, right? Well, when you reprogram your subconscious mind, you change your frequency. When you change your frequency, your physical reality must reflect that frequency. So essentially what happens is when you do that, it's like when you reprogram your subconscious mind and change your frequency, it's like you're changing the channel to watch a different movie, to experience a different movie. So you are changing the movie that you're watching. You are changing the movie that you are experiencing. Now, this is extremely important because this is where a lot of people get things mixed up. This is where a lot of people get things wrong. A lot of people think that they are the ones who have to consciously manifest. A lot of people, for example, consciously try to do everything. If everything is automated, and you're trying to consciously do something, it's ruining the natural flow that's already built in because the conscious mind really has no power. The reason the conscious mind is here, the reason the ego, the physical mind, the conscious mind is structured in the way that it's structured is it's what allows you to enjoy the movie that's already been created. But it actually has no control. It has no power. There is an illusion of control that's given to the conscious mind. And that's what allows you to enjoy the experience of physical reality. It's the illusion of control and power that the conscious mind has. But the conscious mind actually has no power. But everything is structured that way because it needs to be structured that way. And that's the only way you're going to be able to enjoy and experience this physical reality. Experience creation. The conscious mind is necessary to experience creation. And that's the only reason it's structured the way that it's structured. But then a lot of people, in a sense, get caught up in the illusion. They get caught up not realizing that everything is automated. That everything is automated and that everything is automated and everything is happening the exact way it needs to happen. And they think that the conscious mind has power. So a lot of people, when they start reprogramming their mind and their subconscious mind and manifesting, and they're trying to do everything consciously, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to do everything consciously. And the truth is, you have to understand, this is very important, you have to understand that everything is automated. You can't do anything. The thoughts that you have, the feelings that you have are a reflection of the frequency that you're on. So for example, let's say someone has extreme anxiousness. Right? They have extreme anxiousness and they're on that frequency. Their attention is automatically being placed on those anxious feelings, those anxious thoughts without them being able to do anything about it. Because your thoughts are automated, your feelings are automated, everything is automated. And the conscious mind has very little control for programs that are already installed in the subconscious mind. Now, yes, if someone doesn't have anxiety, they don't place their attention there, then they're not going to install that negative program of anxiousness into their subconscious mind. And then they won't experience that, right? Really, the conscious mind is just used to the conscious mind is used to keep negative programs from getting installed into the subconscious, right? And then it's meant to experience creation, right? If you understand how it works, you can use it to keep programs from getting installed in your subconscious. If you understand this information, but once a program is already installed into your subconscious mind, remember, everything's automated. So for example, you have two people. One of them has extreme anxiety and one of them doesn't. The person who doesn't have extreme anxiety, if they place their attention on things that make them fearful and anxious for a long enough period of time, they're going to install that program into their subconscious mind. And then once that happens, then it basically becomes automatic. And then what happens when it becomes automatic, their attention automatically gets placed on thoughts, feelings, and things that make them feel anxious. Because now the anxious belief is in the subconscious mind. So now that they're on that frequency, and now that their thoughts and attention are automatically placed on that which they don't want because the program is installed in their subconscious mind, that's what's going to happen. Their attention is automatically placed on negative things, things that make them feel anxious because that program is installed in the subconscious. But the person who already has anxiety, extreme anxiousness, because they have that program in their subconscious mind, because they have that belief, that means they're on that frequency. And the thoughts and the way that you feel, right? The thoughts you have and the way that you feel, the way that you think, everything you feel is a reflection of the frequency that you're on because everything is automated. So now this person has all these negative thoughts and they can't do anything about it. They feel helpless and they feel like they can't break out of that cycle. It's because it's automated. Everything is automated. They're stuck. This is extremely important to understand the intricacies and the specific differences behind this. Where you place your attention, energy flows. So where attention goes, energy flows, right? Where attention goes, energy flows. When energy starts flowing, then it becomes a vibration. And if you stay on that vibration too long, then it stabilizes into a frequency. And it'll cut, right? And then once it has too much momentum, that's basically what happens when it gets a bunch of momentum. And basically that program gets installed into your subconscious mind, and your subconscious mind keeps you stuck on that frequency. Now, this is extremely important because most people do not understand the levels of specificity behind this, right? So the conscious mind has two jobs. The conscious mind, the job of the conscious mind is to keep negative programs from getting installed into the subconscious mind. And then the second job of the subconscious mind is to consciously meditate on the new program. The new frequency that you will need to meditate on that will shift you out of the negative programs that have been installed into your subconscious mind. You basically meditate to reprogram your subconscious mind to shift your frequency. Many people don't understand this difference. For example, let's say you have two people. One of them understands this information and then the other doesn't. You have to keep yourself from feeling fearful. You have to keep yourself from feeling anxious because before a program gets installed in your subconscious mind, your job is to use the conscious mind so you don't allow yourself to feel anxious. You don't allow yourself to be scared or fearful for whatever reason, right? Keep in mind the grammar's a bit bad sometimes. This is just me speaking to my phone, right? Let's see, where was I, right? Basically, the paragraph is annoying to read. The job of the conscious mind, let's say someone is just chilling. They don't have a negative program of anxiousness in their subconscious mind. Essentially, what's going to happen is the job of the conscious mind is also to keep negative programs from getting installed in the subconscious, right? So if you have two people, one of them keeps focusing on things that make them anxious and fearful, and then the other person doesn't. The person who keeps focusing on things that make them anxious and fearful is going to download anxious program into their mind where they have anxiety. And then guess what? Now everything is automated. That means they're automatically going to feel anxious without being able to do anything about it, right? Now, when a program gets installed in your subconscious mind, for example, let's say a subconscious program of anxiousness, you have to understand that before a program gets installed into your mind, you have to consciously place your attention on something first, right? And if you don't place your attention there, then you're not going to really be thinking about it. So I guess a very good way to explain it is if you place your attention on something consciously long enough, for example, things that make you fearful and anxious, eventually you're going to download that program into your subconscious mind, and now everything's automated. So now you're going to feel fearful and anxious without consciously placing your attention there. It's going to be automatic, and you're not going to be able to get rid of it. But once a program gets installed in your subconscious mind, that's where most people are screwed. For example, let's say an anxious program gets installed in your subconscious mind. What's scary about it is now your attention is automatically placed on fearful things, right? And now your attention is automatically placed on things that make you feel anxious all the time. And now you're stuck in that loop because now your attention is placed on that which makes you anxious because remember, your subconscious belief system and the frequency that you're on, everything is automated, right? So you're downloading thoughts, you're downloading feelings, and you have these feelings and they're all automated and you don't control them. So your attention is automatically placed on that which you don't want, and all the thoughts and all the feelings that you have, they're all automated, right? So this is basically a quick summary, and then I have a part 2 of this, right? Because I want you two guys to fully understand this. Rule 1, everything that exists has always existed. There is nothing new that will be created, that will exist. Creation is finished. Everything is finished, right? Everything that exists already exists. There is nothing new under the sun, right? The next thing, because creation is already finished, that means everything is already been created, and everything that's created exists as frequencies. And there's an infinite amount of frequencies, which means there's an infinite amount of realities that you can experience. Because creation is already finished, that means there is nothing new under the sun. That means you can't experience something new because anything that you can experience has always existed, and you're just experiencing something that has always existed, which means that everything is already made. Everything is automated. That means any action that you take has already existed. It's always existed. Because everything is already made, that means you have to understand that you are simply the consciousness that's experiencing something that's already existed and that's always existed. So you're just consciousness passing through that experience. You're just watching a movie that's already created. Because that's the case, that means you do not create anything in existence. You're basically in a movie theater watching an infinite number of movies. This is why the conscious mind is necessary, because the conscious mind and the ego is what allows you to experience a movie that's already created as if it's a brand new movie, as if you don't know what's going to happen. The next thing is to understand that the conscious mind has zero control. You cannot control anything, but reality is structured in the exact way it needs to be structured. That gives the conscious mind the illusion of control as if it's in charge, but it's not. It's just experiencing and watching a movie that's already created, that's always existed. All the actions, all the thoughts, all the feelings that you have, it's all automated, and it's a reflection of the frequency that you're on. Next thing is understanding that everything is frequency and everything is automated. And the automated experience is determined by the frequency you're vibrating on. So if you don't like the movie you're watching, if you don't like the reality that you're experiencing, you must change your frequency. The next thing is meditation. Meditation is what is used to change your frequency. The only thing you have to do consciously is meditate. You consciously choose the frequency that you want to vibrate on in your meditation so you can shift in a frequency so you can experience that version of reality. That's it. It's like watching a movie and then you don't like the movie you're watching, so you just change the channel to watch a different movie. The next thing, it's to understand that most people make this mistake when they're trying to manifest, reprogram their subconscious mind. It's trying to control everything with the conscious mind. So what they'll do in their meditation, they'll do their meditations, and then throughout the day, they'll try to act and live as if they already have what they want. You need to understand that there's nothing for you to do consciously with the conscious mind. The only thing that you need to do is consciously do your meditations. After the meditation, there's nothing else for you to do. Why? Because everything is automated. There's nothing that you can do. There's nothing that you can do to change the conscious. There's no changes you can make with the conscious mind, with the ego. The next thing is understanding that there's nothing that you can do consciously because reality is automated. The only thing that you can do consciously is change the channel to a movie that's already created that you want to experience. And then when you go throughout your day, your job is to not react to the old movie. Your job is to not react to the old frequency. That's it. You don't have to act and live as if you already have what you want, because when you try to do that, you're doing it with the conscious mind. The conscious mind has no power, so it's a waste of time, and it just creates resistance and annoyance. You don't have to do anything. Your only job is to do your meditations. That's the only thing that you have to do consciously. You consciously decide what you want, and then you meditate and shift into that frequency. And then when you go throughout your day, your job is to do nothing. And do not place your attention, your awareness on the old reality, on the old frequency. That's it. That's all you're doing. Do not place your attention on your old reality, on your old frequency, because you have to understand that physical reality will not shift instantly. It will not shift immediately a lot of the time. So your only job is to not react and not place your attention on your old reality, fully understanding that there is a delayed effect. So this is the conclusion. Conclusion. Creation is finished. Existence is created and done. What does that mean? Everything is automated. Everything is a movie that's already been created, and you are the one watching that movie. The way you watch that movie is through the conscious mind, through the ego. Do not fall into the trap, into the illusion of believing the conscious mind has power and control, believing that you're in control, because you're not. The conscious mind has no power. You cannot do anything with the conscious mind. Once you understand this, your job is to use the conscious mind to keep negative programs from getting installed into the subconscious mind. But for programs that are already installed into the subconscious mind, the conscious mind has no power over that, and it will feel helpless, and you cannot get rid of it. And the programs in your subconscious mind determine the frequency that you're on, which determines the reality you experience, which determines the movie you're watching. So if you're experiencing a movie that you don't want to watch, if you're in a reality that you don't want, your only job with the conscious mind is to change the channel, which means that the only conscious intervention that needs to happen is you changing the channel, which is meditation, which means you change your frequency and you understand that the new frequency that you're on is automated, and that the new frequency that you're on, and then everything's automated, even the new frequency, right? So there's nothing for you to do. The only job of the conscious mind is to keep negative programs from getting installed in the subconscious mind. So it's basically a gatekeeper. And if negative programs have been installed, right, the conscious mind's only job, the only thing you do consciously is you just change the channel, which means you change your frequency. All you have to do, right, is your meditations. You consciously do your meditations to change your frequency. And then you don't do anything else. Eventually physical reality will reflect the new frequency. There's nothing else to do. Your only job is two jobs. You only have two jobs. The only thing that you're doing consciously is meditation. That's conscious intervention. And then you change your frequency, and that's it. And the second job you have is not placing your attention or reacting to anything negative in your physical reality, because you understand that physical reality may not shift instantly, it may not shift immediately. Your only job is meditation and not reacting or placing your attention on the things that you don't want. Your job is meditation and not placing your attention on that which you do not want. Do not place your attention on that which contradicts your meditations. Why? Because creation is already finished and everything is automated. So that's pretty much what you would need to know. That's the core of everything that you need to know that would allow you to become a glitch in the matrix, that would allow you to glitch in the simulation, that would allow you to manipulate your reality. Because what happens is when you change your frequency, you change your reality. You change your physical reality, because your physical reality is a reflection of the frequency that you're on. So once you change your frequency, you change your physical reality. And what determines the frequency that you're on? It's your subconscious mind. The beliefs, the definitions that exist in your subconscious mind determine the frequency that you vibrate on, right? Which is why meditation is so important, because you do your meditation, you change the beliefs in your subconscious mind. When you change the beliefs in your subconscious mind, you change your frequency. When you change your frequency, you change that which is reflected within physical reality. And that's what you would need to know that would allow you to become a glitch in the matrix. That would allow you to glitch throughout this simulation, which we call physical reality.